Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live. Thank you for joining today. I'm always available to answer any questions that you might have. My name is Amber Jean, and I have been running Yoga Off Studio since 2007, 2008. And today's topic is the history of Yoga Studio. So I'll wait for a couple more people to join. Okay. So the link to the website is in the comments. And we are located in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay. Yoga Studio is not only in Cincinnati, Ohio, it's located in the heart of a neighborhood called North Side. And North Side it has been an up and coming neighborhood for quite some time. It's a walking neighborhood, so many people will walk to the studio. And if you come in from out of town, it's a walking neighborhood. So we have lots of options for walking to get coffee or lunch or going to a park. Okay. So welcome everybody. And again, thank you for joining today. My name is Amber Jean, and I've been instructing yoga for 26 years. It was after I was instructing for 7 years full time that I decided to open my own studio. And what really drove me to open my own studio is that I wanted a complete freedom of the schedule and the type of classes that I was offering. And when we originally opened, we offered the full Larry Schultz rocket system. And a lot of people aren't even familiar with what that means. We have evolved over time to really diversify our program and make vinyasa and ashtanga and rocket more accessible. So that's really what I specialize in. Okay. So in the early days of yoga offering the rocket system, we offered different routines for every day of the week. So if you were practicing the rocket style, Monday was rocket 1, Wednesday was rocket 2, and Friday was rocket 3. And each routine offered a different balance of yoga poses. Okay. And through my experience of teaching, I developed the bottle rocket and medicine rocket. And basically, if you don't know what rocket is, these are my roots because I studied with the creator of that style of yoga for a very long time. The rocket offers very specific sequences. And so in general, in the classes here at the studio, I do like to keep a certain sense of sequencing in all the classes. So every class here, we will start with a warm up. And if it's a medicine rocket or an all levels yoga, it's going to be very gentle stretching. Get my little heart out. It's going to be very gentle stretching. And then I will work you up into sun salutations. And sun salutations are meant to challenge you in a healthy way. And they work with a dynamic tempo. So you're working with a 1 count inhale into upward dog, 1 count exhale into downward dog, holding downward dog for 5 breaths, and then jumping back up into standing. So the sun salutes really are the best way to warm up your body. And then we move into standing poses, which build a strong foundation for your legs. And they help you open your joints because you're moving away from the floor. So you're moving oppositely. You're moving to open in the standing poses. And then after the standing poses, we will go into some balance poses. And then slowly you will work down onto the floor for a sequence of seated poses. And that's pretty much the pace or the rhythm of every class that we offer at Yoga Ah. And, just like anything else, we've had to really evolve and pivot over the past years when we had to change spaces quite a few times. And that was just that is the nature of yoga. But, we as a community, we can have continued to find a space to practice in. Some people that have been practicing at Yoga Ah have been practicing with me for over 20 years. So even if they weren't practicing with me at Yoga Ah, they were practicing with me before Yoga Ah. So you're going to see some really seasoned practitioners. And I don't want anybody to get intimidated by those seasoned practitioners. It's good to learn from them and it's good to be inspired by them. And my yoga instructor, Larry Schultz, his philosophy was that this is a Montessori style of yoga, and that and that beginners and advanced students all practice together. Okay, so that's really part of the philosophy here at the studio. And we also specialize in yoga teacher training. And this is something that's very unique to our studio because I have specialized in yoga teacher training for so long. I've traveled the world instructing yoga. So I've offered teacher training in Europe. I've offered teacher training in South America and Central America. I've offered teacher training in Canada. I've offered teacher training in San Francisco. So Yoga Ah Studio, we specialize in teacher training, and we offer some of the best materials that will really get you actually teaching. And this is a big issue out in the world. There is so many different programs to choose from now that a lot of the programs might be popular, but will you actually be able to instruct after you take those trainings? So teacher training is something that I work with students, not just during the actual sessions, but the mentorship program. And I'm always working with everybody to help them improve their practice and give everybody the tools that they need so that they become successful. And that's something that I feel is special about Yoga Ah Studio. If, for example, if you wanted to take teacher training and you couldn't make it for the weekend or you're going to miss part of it, Well, over the past few years, I've created a huge, huge on demand library with classes and instructional videos for Ujjayi breath and instructional videos for your core work. So you could actually be taking part of your training online so you can work at your own pace. And we've got handouts with routines. We're actually going to be giving you routines that you will learn how to teach. And those routines are very valuable because after you memorize that particular script, then you will be able to modify, add more transitions, change up the transitions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. And what also makes Yoga Off Studio unique is we're not only located in a beautiful, up and coming, vibrant, this neighborhood is very vibrant, okay? A vibrant neighborhood. We have a beautiful, warm, welcoming space to practice yoga in. So when you come in, you're walking right into the yoga room, and there's a little place for you to take off your shoes. There's a place for you to sign your name in the desk, on the desk, and then you can lay out your yoga mat. We have a couple support kitties. We also offer smaller sized classes. So at Yoga Ah, the biggest class that you're going to be able that you will take will be 12 students. So you're going to be getting a lot of hands-on assists, and you're also going to be getting a lot of personalized attention. And I'm a stickler and I pay attention to detail. And, I really can, once you start getting on with the program and taking classes regularly, I will slowly start to work with you more and more and more because I'm going to start to see what is going on with your body. And that's what I specialize in. I specialize in giving you a beautiful practice. And I specialize in making sure you don't get injured and making sure that you're not only going to get flexible by taking classes at Yoga Off, you're going to become stronger. All of my classes and all the classes here at the studio incorporate some really important strength moves. And so you're going to see a little bit more Pilates that I'm layering in between yoga poses. And what I'm working to do is, once you just start to learn the basics of sun salutes and standing poses, over time, you're going to be surprised. You're going to be able to practice inversions. And this is also what makes Yoga Ah really unique is your opportunity to get stronger and your opportunity to get introduced to more advanced poses. And so I know this can feel maybe a little bit intimidating if you have never practiced yoga, but we do have beginner classes. And there's nothing more rewarding than starting. Okay. The hardest part, I know it can be overwhelming to come to a new space. You don't know who the teacher is going to be. You don't know who's going to be there. You don't know what the vibes are going to be. But you're coming into a space that's going to be nurturing, a space that's going to be welcoming, a space where the instructors are trained very, very well. I train all the instructors or I instruct the classes. And that's how I know that everybody is trained really well. And our goal is to give you a good experience. So, whether you want to just drop in for a class, we also offer class packages. And the class packages can range from passes to 10 class passes. And also, what's unique about my studio is your class packages don't expire. So if you go out of town or if you get sick, you're still going to be able to use your class passes no matter what. Even if you're not at the studio for a year, I still will honor those classes. And we also offer one-on-one mobility training if that's something that you're interested in. I've worked with people that are working through injuries, surgeries, as well as athletes. So I have a very diverse portfolio of the different types of offerings that I do offer. And I want to encourage all of you just to start practicing. And if you're seeing this online, we also have a YouTube channel currently, and we're going live on that. And I'll be posting more about that if you're on Instagram and vice versa. Uh, and and we have lots of different offerings, whether you're looking to take classes online and training online, or coming into beautiful Yoga right here in Cincinnati, beautiful neighborhood, heart of it all. Okay. So I just want to keep inspiring everybody. And this orchid here, this is a symbol. Okay. This is a symbol of the studio. Healing, beauty, and living your dream. I want to encourage everybody to get out there and make their dreams bigger than their life. I want to encourage everybody to manifest your dreams and your goals. And ultimately, you know what my teacher said, we're stronger than we think we are. And maybe we're doing better than we think we are. Okay? Maybe we're smarter, maybe we're more healthy than we think we are. So today's topic has been the history of Yoga Studio, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. DM me with any of your questions. I just got some new merch in. So if you're interested in getting a shirt, we've got shirts. And I need to add that into the comment section. And yeah, I want to encourage everyone to have a beautiful day. All right. Namaste.